we have our friend Alex Dhaliwal on deck. He is a writer and reporter for Rebel News, and it's a pleasure to welcome him. Alex, great to see you.
Thank you, Ezra, for having me on the program.
Well, come on, it's our pleasure. And you've been covering this election from around the province, and I understand that you too were kept out from the Rachel Notley events. Is that right?
Yeah, Ezra, that's correct. Ever since the NDP press conference in downtown Calgary on April 17th, unfortunately, the Alberta NDP have been quite hostile to independent news media when it comes to us not only taking questions, but just having our presence felt. Most recently, there was a NDP event with leader Rachel Notley where unfortunately, myself and Angelica were not able to gain entry into the venue in Acadia. It's unfortunate that despite our best attempts to be respectful and with the NDP, that respect has not been reciprocated, because at the end of the day, we're here on behalf of the Albertans who have been silenced for far too long and whose voices have been ignored by the Alberta NDP, who what we've seen in the polls has indicated that it's definitely going to be a close race, and it's unfortunate that they don't have the time and day to even have a conversation with us.
Well, it shows that they're brittle. And like, if you can't handle Angelica Toy and Alex Dhaliwal, how are you going to handle, negotiating with Justin Trudeau or dealing with Greenpeace activists coming to shut down the oil sands? How are you going to handle the tough things in your job if you can't handle fair but firm questions from the independent press? I think it's a sign of weakness. I remember that Donald Trump would spar every single day with Jim Acosta. He would go to Jim Acosta. He enjoyed the activity of it. I think he enjoyed it, and certainly Jim Acosta did. And it's a shame that more politicians are not that way. Alex, what do you think was on people's minds? We've talked a lot tonight about what the media wanted to talk about, but is there an undercurrent? Is there an under news? Things that ordinary people were talking about at the coffee machine, at the water cooler, that maybe wasn't getting the kind of coverage in the media but ordinary people were focused on. Did you detect any under news, any issues that were sort of hidden?
Ezra, very much similar to what we saw in the 2019 election, where the UCP campaigned on jobs, economy, and pipelines. We're very much seeing from on the ground and speaking with everyday Albertans that's very much going to be the top issues for this election as well, with the exception of perhaps replacing pipelines with affordability due to the inflation crisis that continues to decimate the bottom line of Albertan households. So that appears to be the question at the ballot, and something that will guide undecided voters to making that decision at the ballot box. But it'll definitely be a close one, and I do not believe that despite the mainstream media's best attempts to dictate the narrative, that is what most Albertans believe to be truly important this time around.
Alex, it's great to catch up with you. We're going to have to say goodbye now because we have like an airport. We have other planes coming in for landing and other folks waiting, but it's nice to catch up with you in person. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. And I just want to give a shout out to you, to our viewers. Alex, of course, is a very prolific writer at Rebel News, and many of our written items are penned by him. Great to see you, and look forward to catching up with you again soon.